was wrong. It came out pretty easy, but I got soaked in the face with gas. So come on over here. Welcome back to Rusty Jeep. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to be taking out the gas tank out of this 2000 Jeep TJ. And the reason we're doing that is because we have to replace the rear cross member and do some work on the back part of the Jeep frame. And it's much easier to take out the gas tank and be safer and just a lot more room to work on this thing. So if you haven't seen any of my other videos, make sure to go stop and take a look at what I've done. Like fixing the frame from the front control arm all the way to the back control arm, a torque box. Like fixing all the problems with the heating. Like putting a shifting cable into your four-wheel drive Frankenstein linkage. All this and more. And if you have seen my other videos, thank you very much, because I appreciate all the views and the comments that I've been getting. Let's get this shit done, and it's kind of hot out here today, so let's pull this sucker in. Now we're at the fuse panel, and if you look at the box right here, it'll tell you what all your relays are. Fuel pump relay is this one. So I'm taking that out, I'm putting that to the side, and then we're going to come over here, make sure I'm in neutral, and then we're just going to turn over this motor a few times. And I'm going to do it a couple times just to make sure that there's no gas in the line. See how there's no gas? The pressure's not there. That's good. I want to do it until it doesn't do it. I think we're good. Do it one more time just to make sure. Okay, she's dead. She got no more fuel. So that line is not pressurized anymore. So now we're going to the next step, taking the bolts out. Okay, now we're at the back of the Jeep. I put a jack underneath the gas tank. Some people put plywood. I didn't. I just put it on a little bump. I don't jack the car up. I just put a little bit of pressure on it so it's holding the tank. I grab a 1/2-inch socket. We're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts up. There's a long bolt here, and there was a long bolt here. Those are for your straps. You don't have to take those off. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take these off. Now, something I did ahead of time was I PB blasted this stuff pretty good, and I actually loosened them up a little bit ahead of time for the project. Now, you can see mine come off pretty easy, but yours might not. Now, if yours don't try to crack them off. What I usually do is I PB blast them, I put a quarter turn into it, and then I go and tighten a quarter turn, then I go back a little more than that, and I just work that bolt loose if I have to. So. Okay, right here is your gas nozzle. I took this off so long ago because I was doing basically taking care of the torque box. So I was lifting this body up a lot, so I didn't want to hurt this. So I took the screws out here, the bevel out here, and then this was just sitting there freely. So mine happened to be done. That's why I forgot to mention it. But you will need to take this all apart. That's really important, or you're going to break that out. Spend $50 getting a new one. Okay, now we're going to go underneath the Jeep. Okay, now we're underneath the Jeep. All I have here is 3 connections on this particular Jeep. This is the wiring. I gotta cut this zip tie, pull this out. There's gonna be a red tab I push down and I squeeze, and that'll pop off. That's gonna take me a few minutes. Sometimes it gets stuck, but it'll come off. Then I have 2 hoses down here. A thicker hose is your main gas line. There's a little plastic clamp you probably can't see. You squeeze it and pop it. That clamp is 20 years old. it is brittle. It might break. There are replacement parts, don't freak out, but you're gonna have to get that off. And then there's a small hose right there hooked up to the gas line. That's the return line. That's not even hooked up with a clamp on mine. I'm just gonna slide that off, so that's 2 seconds. I'm not gonna record this because it's a really tight area, so I'm just gonna take this off, and then when I'm done with that, I'll get the bolts. Got one bolt there, you have another bolt there, there's a bolt out of sight, but it's in the left hand corner, and we'll take those bolts and lower the gas tank down, and we're done. Like I said, not too bad if you just take your time. Okay, let me get this shit done, and I'll be right back. Okay, everything's disconnected underneath the tank. You remember how I said about taking out the fuel pump and cranking it over? It should be fine. I was wrong. It came out pretty easy, but I got soaked in the face with gas. So come on over here. Right here on your fuel rail, if you unscrew this, you're gonna see a nipple right there, just like a car tire. Get a rag or a little pan or something, hit that nipple and release the pressure, because I felt like a fucking porn star with that much shit hit my face. Seriously, man. Now I'm gonna have a cigarette, so I'm gonna keep on recording, and if I blow up, it's gonna be pretty fucking funny because I'm gonna run right by you. As the cameraman backs up. Oh, that's fucking funny, fucking shit, Cam. Okay, that one's gone. One more, and we're technically, I think that's everything. Okay, that's all the bolts. Let's go and lower the gas tank a little bit, make sure we're not connected to anything that I'm not expecting, and this thing should drop down pretty damn easy. Let's go. Okay, I got everything disconnected, so I'm gonna lower the tank a little bit, make sure I'm not connected to anything that I don't see, and have any accidents I don't wanna have, any more accidents I don't wanna have. So let's go do this. We're gonna lower it a little bit and see what happens. Stop it. I'm going to take my light and take a look in here. Make sure I'm not connected to anything so far. Everything looks free here. Everything looks free there. Doesn't look like anything's connected, so we're going to lower some more. Okay? Let's lower some more. And I'm going to do this twice. I just like to make sure that this thing not gonna get hung up on anything. And it looks like it's coming right there. I heard something. That's free. That's pretty free. What did I hear? Pop. Okay. Shine my light in here. Anything coming out? Doesn't look like it's connected to anything here. I'm going to check underneath here, see if it's coming down. It's coming down. Let me check my light. Give me 2 seconds here. Okay. It looks like that's coming down easy. Okay, let's go down some more. Okay, we're going to go down some more now. Sticking on, you're sticking on something. No, you're sticking on. Not normal. But I knew that. Don't worry about that. That's not normal. That's that belt that broke on me. And what are we sticking on? Okay, I see. We're sticking on the hoses. So we're gonna shift this tank over a little bit. Okay. Whoa. Oh. We're stuck on here. Right there. We're going down a little bit more. there, we're down. This is why the plywood sometimes comes in handy. Okay, this, you're free. You're free. Oh, come on, you want to be free? You're on the ground, you're free. Okay. Okay, now you're free. Okay, this hose right here is a hose that connects to your axle for air. So you want to disconnect that. That's going to stay on your axle. And then we're going to roll this shit out. Okay. This is the gas thing that peed on me or violated me, as some would say. This is your return. This is your clip. On the other side, there's a red piece, and all you do is they just come apart. So on this one, like I said, there is nothing on this side. On some models, there's a whole bunch of stuff on this side, but this particular one, it comes over here. So gas tank removed, strap's gonna get replaced, gas tank's gonna get cleaned off because it hasn't been cleaned off. I'll check the pump, and I'll probably put it back on with this regular skid plate, but later on next year, the skid plate is getting replaced, plus the pan plate is getting replaced, but I want to see my budget and where I am with this. Oh, my cameraman sucks sometimes. His sister's better. He stops a lot. Okay, so we're all done with the gas tank. I'm gonna keep the cap on here. I'm gonna put some baggies over here. I'm gonna put some baggies over the lines over there. Tie them down so nothing gets into a fuel system. This will get put away, and now we get to start working on the back frame. Like I said, not too bad. Took me maybe an hour, hour and a half tops. Okay? Well, hour and a half with the break. Okay, talk to you later. Have a great day. Remember, subscribe, hit the like button.